follow me here, okay? So this is chapter 85, and this is episode 56. Do you get it?
囚われた屈辱は反撃ののろしさ遠い日のその姿獲物をほふるイエーガー
Hello everybody, welcome to Attack on Titan episode 56, and what a crazy episode, am I right? I mean, the basement, we're finally in here after all these years. To be fair, I've known for like 3 years or something, but yeah, man, you finally in the know. We can talk about it. I can talk about it. I can say some shit. Not a whole lot though. Like the next episode is gonna, I mean, that's where I can just say everything. Unfortunately, I was not expecting this chapter to be, super extended into one episode, but I understand now, and I will tell you the reasons. Right? So, wow, basement, gross. Dusty, disgusting. Levi probably hated being there. There's like a spot. Bro, don't even. Like, Levi was like, yikes, I'm not touching anything. You brats, you do whatever. I'm just not gonna do it. He's not having a good day. Okay, I think it's fair to say that. But let's start from the beginning. So in the beginning we have, for some reason, we start with the Bertel explosion, and yeah, Mikasa saying, get down! And in the anime, they extended this a little bit, and I actually like that, because in the manga, it's like one panel, Mikasa saying, get down, Armin! And something like that, she's like jumping at Armin. It's like, what? I remember like being really confused for a long time. I thought that like that panel was from when Armin was like, ate Bertel and is like returning to being human or something. But no, it's from the explosion. I had to reread the chapter to really understand what's happening. I'm dumb. I'm stupid. And yeah, the anime extended that and made it more sense. But now it's just like, why are we starting here? It doesn't make any sense. From what it looks like, Armin just forgot the whole hero shit, which is unfortunate, because that's the best Armin stuff. Like, it's just like, I don't really remember it. Like, that's what the dialogue is implying, which is weird. Anyway, Armin wakes up in this dreamlike place, and he sees a giant Bertel colossal face, and he's crying, he's saying it hurts so bad. And number one, that shot is from the opening. Armin wakes up in the opening and he sees that fucking colossal face, and in between the frames there's a burnt Armin. Absolutely, I think a lot of people know this. I'm telling you because whatever. I'm not that fucking opening video that I wanted to make. I keep delaying that. I don't have the time. But so you had that information going on. There's even more hidden in this opening. Anyway, I never thought that what Bertolt says, it hurts so bad, is the same thing that Sasha says. I never noticed that before. I was like, what the oh shit, I didn't know. So that's interesting. So Armin wakes up, he has no memories, he doesn't know what's going on. Sasha injured, like what's happening? And then Eren comes in and he hugs Armin, and all of a sudden it's like I'm in season 1, because the thick black lines from that season are back, and it's just like, what? Like, I don't know about you, but personally, I never really liked them, okay? What about you? Do you like the thick black lines? I bet you would like thick black Levi eventually arrives and notices that Armin is awake, and this is where we start seeing changes in dialogue, but more importantly, extended shit, okay? So in the manga, Armin's just like, oh, Captain, what's going on? I don't remember any of this happening. And Levi replies, I doubt you would. Which is... I mean, I guess that was a thing, like Grisha said to Eren, and maybe Rod said, but like, I doubt you would remember. I don't know, is Levi an expert on Titan shifters now? And the memories? Alright. In the anime, Armin's like, I don't remember. I remember like Bertolt turning into a Titan, and the explosion is probably what we saw, right? That's as far as he can remember. No hero stuff. And then he's like, oh, what's going on? Are the others okay? And Levi replies, that's all you can remember? Eren, tell him everything. There's no I doubt you would stuff. But again, like, slightly longer. And when he fires a flare, you have, in the manga, you just have like one panel with Coney and someone, I don't know who, probably Jean? Might be Flock, I don't know. But in the anime, you have like everyone. And for some reason, Mikasa and Flock are hanging out, which is weird. And so, basically, it's been 5 hours, and they've been trying to find survivors, and they found no one. So, right now, the Survey Corps is only like 9 people. Maybe there's people in the walls that were part of the Corps but didn't join this operation. I don't know, but like right now, the people in there, it's 9. So the people that came in to Wall Maria were like 100. So 91 people died. That's crazy. And meanwhile, if you notice, in the manga, it's actually a little bit more ridiculous, but it's the fact that they also took their time to like gather like thunder spears and just 3D maneuver shit, and these sleeping bags and stuff like that. They just like gather materials they could find, which makes sense. They have to reuse it as much as possible. Like they probably have not a whole lot of resources and they need funding. But in the manga, like I remember like there's even like a crazier amount of thunder spears. It's actually insane because like the fact that they didn't have enough thunder spears for Reiner's fight is a plot point. So it's like where was this? A little weird. Maybe it was with the horses, which, by the way, not all horses were killed. I saw some people like arguing about that, but no, it makes sense. Armin takes the news about as well as you could expect. Not at all. He's almost going to barf. He drinks the water. It's like, oh my god, you're drinking vomit, my boy. Like I said before, Armin, he's a realist. He's like, yo, Erwin is like the best choice. Why did you choose me? Like, what are you doing? This is, I don't know about you. Like, Levi, Captain, not Levi, bro. Gotta show some respect. Captain, why did you do that? And Levi notices that Eren kind of omitted the fact that they fought for his life. And another change, and I don't understand the change here. I'm very confused. I would love if you could make it more clear to me. It's that Eren says, hey man, we will accept the punishment for the shit that we did. And Hanji, she's like, your insubordination will of course be punished, but this goes far beyond military discipline. And Eren replies, of course. This is in the manga, and it's implying that they're gonna get like more punishment or something, right? This is far beyond like mere military discipline. I don't know. Like I'm a little bit confused there. In the anime, it's a little weird because in the anime she says something like, "Oh, if you get punished, you won't be able to do anything?" And he's like, no. What? But in the end, Levi tells it like it is. He didn't choose Armin necessarily. The primary reason was, he wanted Erwin's death. He chose the place and time for Erwin. Still, in my opinion, I think Armin himself was a factor too. And of course, Armin is not the only one that disagrees with this stuff. Flock was also a thing, but Flock is like way in the back, not saying anything, just looking into the horizon. He's probably not just feeling good at all, okay? Yeah, Hanji is also like, yeah, no, Eren should have been given the injection. But Eren trusted Levi, and Levi chose Armin. That's it. There's nothing more to it. I can't argue against that. And the dialogue is slightly changed, but Hanji says something like, now in your shoulders, Armin, there's the weight of Eren's life and the power of the Titans. That is why you live now, no matter what anyone else says. And we'll be expecting you to contribute even more to humanity. It feels like there's like this intent to make Hanji like a little bit like more sympathetic in the anime, because like they added this line where she says it's unfortunate that we were put into this situation. They removed some of these lines here about humanity and expectations on Armin, and they added that, and I just feel like there's like more compassion with her, which I think it's an alright addition. I don't disagree with that. Hanji likes Armin, totally, like it's totally fine. But yeah, Armin is just like, Joe, I'm supposed to be like Erwin's replacement, like holy shit. And Levi's like, no, no, you dumbass bitch. And another change, again, like all these changes I'm noticing is just because of the translation. Like I could be wrong if there's like other translations. At the time I can't really check them. But yeah, like so I'm just comparing to the official manga translation right now. And in the manga, like Levi says, it is true that you have power that no human has, but in the anime, Levi says something like, I know you, Armin, have a strength that nobody else does. And it's like more ambiguous, kind of implies like there is like a strength that is not the power of the Titan. He's seeing something in Armin personally. And I argued about this in my last video, and I like that a lot more. You know, the power that no human has. Like, you immediately go Titan shit. Levi then mentions regrets, you know, like, remember, regrets? That's a whole thing with Levi, okay, in his like episode, like, in the Force, in Season 1, like, his speech with Aaron, about, like, making a choice with no regrets. The Levi OVAs, that's the title of those fucking things, and how he wants to make a choice that has no regrets. That's the whole thing with Levi, in case you don't fucking remember. I'm just telling you that Levi would be the guy that would, you know, tattoo something saying no regrets. I'm sorry. But yeah, don't make anyone regret this decision. I'm not gonna regret it. Don't make your friends regret it. Not anyone else. They show flock. That's fucking funny. And not even you, Armin. Don't regret this. And then there's this line that they remove, which is make regrets impossible. That is your mission. That's a fucking quote, bro. Sasha then is just like, just shut up, and it's pretty funny. I feel like even this scene in the manga, it's like one panel with Hanji going ha 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 ha, we're no match for Sasha. But in the anime, it's just like ha 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 ha, and then she talks like, I just feel like there's extra stuff, just one chapter into one web episode. But again. And this is in the manga, like Hanji's like, yo, bro, like, we are on the same boat, Armin. Like, I'm gonna be the successor. I'm gonna be the next commander of the Survey Corps now. Which, you know, it was a thing in the Uprising arc, and even by the end of season 3, part 1, it's like mentioning again how Hanji was always the next in command. And so here we go, Hanji time, which is really interesting for a character. But you know, like, I'm sure they will have to collaborate together. They're both thrust into these positions that we're not necessarily ready to do, but it's good. But that's for another time. For now, we must complete the survey. That's what they say in the manga. And I think it's so good because in the subtitles that I was using to watch this episode, they say investigate. Like, she says investigate, and like, yeah, that's the word to use and makes sense. But complete the survey is a direct reference to the Survey Corps. You could have said that. You could have said scouting, like, because in Japanese, she says like the Japanese term for like Survey Corps, like she shows a hand or something. Like, she said one of those words. She's directly referenced what they do, so let's fucking do it, which is good. And investigating, it has no meaning. You know, they're not the investigating corpse. But yeah, Eren, Mikasa, and Levi are going to complete their mission, I guess, and the rest of the other dudes are just, you know, just gonna sit around, do nothing. The weird thing, though, is that in the manga, she says the other 4 of you will keep watch from four sides of Shina District wall. Anyway, that's just manga stuff, right? In the anime, we have this cool shot at Armin with a cape just covering his chest, and he's like looking at the city, and you see like a bunch of reaction shots, and more importantly, you're just gonna see some fucking anime original shit. The actually appropriate term this time, it would be filler. Actual filler. Like, this is scenes created to fill the episode, and it's a big ass scene. It starts immediately when Eren is asked, do you have the key? Yeah, we're done. We enter in anime only stuff. We have flashbacks to season 1, specifically the scene with Erwin, not the conversation with Nile. There's like the ceremony scene with Erwin when he's talking about the baby. It's like, what? Why? This is not in the manga. We don't really need this. Like, this is clearly padding. But more importantly is the walk, which is, first of all, it's extremely hilarious that you have the guys, they're like doing the 3D shit, and they just fall and they start running, and they immediately stop and start walking. They could just go to the home, but for some reason they're just wasting time. So like, why are they doing this? Like what was the purpose of like creating this scene? Well, they actively wanted to extend one chapter for one episode. And why is that? Number one, we have 3 episodes left, and we have 5 chapters. We've been going at a pacing of like 2 chapters per episode. So eventually, we would have run out of fucking chapters. We really can't go beyond a certain chapter. It would be a little weird. We might get a little like post-credit scene or something, but it's gonna be like very small. So they had to create filler stuff, and they're most likely going to create even more filler stuff. Probably. The next 5 chapters are gonna be very dialogue heavy, so I don't know, but they might create even more filler stuff. So stay tuned for that. But the other reason is just the fact that it would be extremely weird to have the first 10 minutes of this episode being the aftermath of the Serum Bowl, giving a recap to Armin, and then be like, oh, hey guys, let's go to the basement. Oh, the basement. Oh yeah, let's go to the basement. We go to the basement, and then like the next 10 episodes are just like the whole Grishish stuff. And it's just like what, and the because that stuff is gonna be such a genre shift. The Attack on Titan is just gonna be different now. Like, it's so insane. And to have that in one episode, just Attack on Titan, what is this? What? And then the episode ends. It's strange. So it's also pacing, but also like it just like it makes more sense to hype up the reveal of the photograph and then like whoa, and then you wait a little bit because that's how the chapter ends. Like you have that and you're like what the fuck, whoa, and you sit with that, ruminate on that for a little while, and then you get used to the new stuff. But even then, you have the post credit scene, so it's not like you're not seeing anything. Having said that, as a fan, I liked this extended walk for the most part, but man, I also understand the anime only perspective. I hyped the basement for my friends, and then it's like it's a photograph, and but like if you pay attention, it's not really like a crazy plot twist. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just talk about the walk itself, right? So first of all, Carla, she cut her hair. Okay. It's weird. So that scene is in the manga, but like there's like a speech thing that's hiding her hair, and I don't know. I never considered that was short hair. I just thought it was like being covered or something. But no, for some reason, like at one point in time, like she really cut her hair short. All right, bro. And again, in the manga, that is like one panel and 2 lines. In the anime, it's just like way longer, like 4 lines or something. But yeah, so they're walking in Shingishina, and you see a teddy bear. What is this fucking teddy bear? I don't remember the teddy bear in Shingishina specifically, but it was familiar to me. And then I was like, oh, there's a teddy bear similar to this guy, and it's in one of those shots from Aaron's dream from the first episode. Now, what does that mean? If the teddy bear is in Shingishina, that means that same teddy bear or similar looking teddy bears are going to be inside the walls. So it's not like that vision or whatever is from outside the walls. That's what I'm assuming. I don't remember seeing that teddy bear anywhere else, but I think it's a great addition. Then you have, oh my god, I'm noticing right now because I have the episode going. Like you have, oh wow, that is awesome. Again, the attention to detail here is amazing. I did the ED analysis where I was giving shouts out to like a bunch of like forgotten characters, and man, this time it's not even characters with names. You have the scene with Armin and Mikasa as they're walking. They transition to their younger selves, and they're walking down like this is like a marketplace or something. And I'm noticing right now like a lot of like background characters that were in the first episode, in the attack, and they died. But very specifically, I'm noticing the woman with the bread. This is the lady that like flew when Bertolt kicked the wall. That is awesome. Well, not awesome for her. Then there's like this lady with the baby. Was she in the background? I don't remember. She's dead. No, she's gone. Like they're reminiscing of a lot of the characters there. Their friends, their neighbors. There's a flower, a shop with a flower. Flowers are important in Attack on Titan. I don't think I've seen a flower like that before, but like whatever. Then you have a little scene with Hannes and his friends. They're all dead, including the friends. They're dead too. They died in the second episode. And Hannes like shows Carla pointing into the direction of their house. And I mean, you keep cutting back and forth with season 1 footage, and it's just really funny how like in the season 1 footage, like they're running, and you cut to the anime and they're just walking. And usually, when you're doing like those directing choices, you would want a character to perform the same action in the present and in the past. Like I remember The Walking Dead in a recent season did something like this. It was really well done, and it's kind of awkward to see these characters running and then like. I don't know, whatever, bro. But it's very clear, like padding, like it's just like long scenes or whatever. Like I think as a fan, I enjoyed this for the most part. I think the execution could have been a little better, but yeah, in the manga, none of this is like this. So it's honestly like, hey, you have the key, and boom, immediately, like, well, not immediately, like maybe a page here and there. Hey, thank God the fire didn't like cover this place, cool. But then you have this 2-spread page of like younger Eren and Mikasa seeing their house destroyed, and then like present seeing their house destroyed. I think it's such a good fucking thing. And honestly, for the most part, this is fine. This is fine. They found the basement, it's fine. But man, when Eren and Mikasa are like messing around with teacups, that's when you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you're just padding, like, this means nothing. This is just nothing. And yeah, that specifically is just a waste of time. Why are they doing that? I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Another thing, more interesting. Eren notices a shoe. And in the manga, He doesn't notice it. What is the shoe, bro? That is Carla's shoe. For some reason, in the manga and the anime, she had different shoes. I don't know why. I don't know the reason. But in the manga, when she's getting eaten by the Titan, there's like a panel with like her legs, you know, in the inside of the mouth, and like the shoe is falling off because of censorship reasons, probably, and maybe the stylish reasons too. You don't see her shoe falling off in the anime. So in the anime, this shot, this event, it means nothing because you didn't see this happening. Then Eren has a flashback with Grisha, and let's talk about Grisha, okay? So the flashback, it talks about, hey man, when am I gonna see the basement? And Grisha says, who knows, right? Perhaps when you realize the most important thing of all. Something like that. What the fuck is he talking about? Honestly, I still don't know. I think that's still like a weird line, but whatever. What's more interesting is that in the middle of all this extending, adding shit to this chapter, they cut one of the like most interesting scenes with Grisha. In light of the recent conversation with Zeke about how Grisha is brainwashing Eren. The anime cut this, but it's a flashback for season 1 stuff. The first time and the last time we saw like Grisha in the present. And Grisha says this, Eren, why do you want to go to the outside? And Eren replies, I hate the idea of spending my whole life inside the walls, ignorant of what's going on outside. And then you have Carla, wait, honey, talk some sense into your son. Carla, it doesn't matter what anyone says. There's no holding back an inquisitive mind. I'm sure you remember this scene from season 1. The whole point is like the curiosity of the basement and what's out there. But what's more interesting is that in light of like what Zeke said, you have a father letting his son speak. Eren's like saying this shit, and Carla's like, fuck you, Eren, what you... Why? Eren, tell me, why? So, is he being brainwashed? Maybe, maybe not. If he is being brainwashed, it's probably like more subtle, more insidious, you know, because this doesn't look like brainwash. He wants to hear his son's opinion on things, and he's being supported. So you have that, and you have a scene where Grisha is talking to Eren about how he doesn't have a lot of friends. He's like, Eren, your attitude is kind of shitty. This is like before they go to meet Mikasa for the first time in that flashback, and they found like her dead parents. A funny scene, but, you know, kind of unfortunate, you know, whole situation. Anyway, they finally just go into the basement, and, you know, there's the lock. This shot with the lock, as far as I know, was in the season 3, part 1, glitched ending. Jesus Christ, the amount of words I have to say. And I think it's also in the opening. So, that's one of those shots. Eren puts the key in, and, that doesn't fit. And, look, man. If I was an anime director, I would have ended an episode there. Or at the very least, like, those, like, transitions to the information card things.
Drake? What? Where's the door hole?
Goes right there. See, I drew it with a magic marker.
You were supposed to cut it out with the power saw.
Dude, I'm gonna.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So go get the power saw.
Okay, I will. I see the problem.
Oh, do ya?
どけ。俺が開ける。
ちょっと
The key doesn't fit, Eren's freaking out, and Levi's like, fuck you, bitch, and he fucking kicks, and it's the most... It's the funniest shit. But yeah, here we are. The basement. Now, an interesting thing here. In the original chapter release, the light bulb, like whatever, in the ceiling was different. It didn't look like the way it does in the volume release or in the anime. In the original chapter release, it looks like something that's either like electrical, like powered, or like the things that the characters have now in the present with the crystal caves. Isayama corrected this. Like now it looks like, you know, something that makes sense for the time. Because here's the thing, like even like assuming that like beyond the walls there's like electricity. Grisha came there like empty-handed. Could he build something like that? He's a doctor, he's not a goddamn engineering mechanic. Anyway, they go in there and it's like, oh, there's nothing suspicious here. Kind of suspicious in and of itself, isn't it? That's kind of the message that you want to send if an interior military police come in there. So, time to look up what's going on. And man, I feel like I've been complaining a little bit too much about padding and stuff like that. But the scene that they added where Mikasa drops this cup or whatever and she remembers how Grisha was doing all-nighters and she was like helping him, giving him stuff, that is so good. In the Uprising arc where Eren's talking about how he ate Grisha when they're having dinner and Mikasa's like, shut up, eat. In the manga, there was a scene where there's like this panel and Eren is remembering how Mikasa and Grisha like we're close, like he's like touching her hair and it's like, oh yeah, I'm talking about how I hate this guy that you liked. I'm sorry, Mikasa, I'm being an asshole. Like that's the implication of that scene. Like in the anime, that's gone, you know. So we are getting some Grisha and Mikasa stuff. I'm glad they cut stuff in the past of that, and now we're having this. It's just great addition. In the manga, she's just there's the thing. That's it. But no, there's an emotional reason to why she finds the keyhole, and so good, so good. As for Eren though, in the manga, it's like reading books, and that makes sense. In the anime, he's just hoping to find something inside the books. What the fuck? Read first, bro. Read first. I don't. What are you expecting to find? But yeah, they found the keyhole in this fucking desk thing, and it fits. And initially, they open up, and it looks empty. And I don't know about you, but I bet you watched Death Note, right? Like I just remember that scene with light. It just has this crazy plan where it's gonna hide the book. It's such an elaborated scene for like something that never like really comes up in the story. It's so funny, but I just remember that. Levi immediately notices it, so I don't. Is that a thing that you can easily notice? No idea. But anyway, the contents of the basement, the secret that we were waiting for, is not a big same face saying hello boys. No, it's not. It's 3 books. Whoa, books. Story, lore. It's not Titan injection, it's not fluids, no. It's story, my boy. Lore. We're gonna get some stuff. And the thing is, like, these books have been prepared in a way. It looks like Grisha wanted people to read this. Like, he was conserving these books as best as he could. With, like, peppermint oil and charcoal. Is that a thing? Like, I have no idea, you know? Okay, what's going on? What is this shit? What's inside this goddamn book? And they open it up, and it's a picture, and that's it. And that's a picture, and then we cut back to Nile time, and he's talking about Erwin and how Eren asked, the question to the teacher. If I remember correctly, in the manga, like this is where we get the reveal of his question. Like the first time that Eren says it, when he's like, when he raises his hand to Levi, it's like worded in a way that's kind of like, what are you talking about, Erwin? I don't understand. Like, because he's not saying everything. He's just saying like, how we know the human, like it just says like something that doesn't make any sense. I think, if I remember correctly, in the anime, they just says it normally. He's like, how do we know there aren't any humans outside the walls? That's what Eren said. And in the anime, they created an actual flashback. We have Eren actually talking. In the manga, it's just like 2 panels or something, and it's just Nile himself like recounting these events. I like that they have Erwin still. Like Eren's dead, but we're still getting a little bit of him, and that's nice. But, Eren's logic is that, hey man, we can't even travel beyond the walls. These history books are telling, like, as if it's a fact, there are no humans outside the walls. How the fuck do we know that is true? We don't. If you want to be factual, you have to say, we believe there are no humans outside the walls, but that's not what they're saying. It looks like the royal government wants us to believe there are no humans outside the walls. Bruh. And like, Niles making fun of him, but look where we are now. Exactly then says, I think your only option is to apologize to him directly. And man, I'm noticing a pattern here with Nile. Anyway, this shit gets interrupted because Hanka comes up and is like, yo, Cervicorp is here, oh my god. Yeah, we did the time skip, guys. It was morning, the whole, like, Shingashina fight. And then, like, 5 hours later, and now they returned, and it's dawn. They returned finally. In the anime, they added, like, this confetti shit. It's weird. Like, will you have the technology there? It's so strange. I don't know. But yeah, you have Flagle celebrating. They added the news reporters, which, the anime just cut a lot of their scenes. So again, guys, read the Uprising arc if you want a little bit more of those guys. You have this additional shot with Hanji holding the books, not Eren. And then they extended a little bit of the scene where they look at the picture. They take the picture, and they're like, oh, what is this? Is this a portrait? This is like too detailed, right? And then Hanji notices there's this text, and she starts reading, which is interesting because in the manga, Eren is the one that's like narrating what's going on. It's like a flashback, and it's like on the other side of the image was a message written in my father's handwriting. Like it's Eren's the one talking. So what's going on there? Is Eren the narrator in the manga? Maybe I have no idea. Like I'm noticing this now. Maybe. But in the anime, like it's Armin's voice actress, not actor. It's a girl. This is not an illustration. It's an imprint of reflected light left on a special kind of paper. It's called a photograph. I came from beyond the walls where humanity enjoys a refined existence. Humanity has not perished. And boom, That's where the chapter ends, and you see this picture, and it looks like Grisha, and it looks like some woman, and it looks like some kid. Do you think it look like people that you know? That's where chapter 85 ends, but they add a little extra from chapter 86. Specifically, the next line in the letter. I pray that whoever finds this book is a fellow patriot. That's where the episode ends, right? And again, it would be awkward to not have the extended stuff and have like 10 minutes this and 10 minutes the Grisha stuff from when he was a kid. Like, it would take the impacts out of the photograph. They don't know what a photograph is. They don't have the technology for that. This is crazy. Beyond the walls, there is crazy tech. Now, let's talk about the foreshadowing that has been going on throughout the whole series for this reveal. One of the first scenes that I can remember is in Utgard Castle, where they find like this canned food with herring. More on that later. They found wine. Gelger, I think is his name, is like, what the fuck is this? I don't know what. They can't read it. They can't read this shit. It's written in a language that they don't know. And you see also coffee grinders like the ones that are in the opening of the season, in the scene with Zeke, Reiner, and Bertolt. You see the same fucking things, I swear to God. And these things, bro, they are also in the Ymir flashback where we have like Reiner, Bertolt, Annie, and that kid Marcel that Ymir ate. That coffee shit is in there too. Bro, Armin, again, doesn't know what coffee is. He's like, what is this? This looks like black tea. It smells good. What is this? They don't know. What does that tell you? Number one, technology. Number two, whatever inside the walls is, like they're not close. They're not, it's not like tropical stuff. Like they don't have the climate to create coffee shit. They can have like winters and stuff like that, right? So, but, the warriors' locations, where they come from, they can have coffees, or at the very least, they can have access to other places with coffee beans and stuff. But more importantly is absolutely the herring scene. Ymir finds food, canned food, and she's like, what is this? Herring. I don't really like it, but number one, herring is like a saltwater fish. Like, it's from the ocean. So, like, to be inside the walls, very unlikely. I think there's some that grow in other places, but, like, for the most part, they're, like, saltwater. You also have, like, the fact that can the people inside the walls make canned food? I don't know. But I'm not even going to debate that. I don't think that's interesting. What's interesting is stuff like the huge spoiler fest that was the Ymir episode flashback, where you have like the information card literally saying it is not known where Ymir's hometown is located. However, its location is most certainly outside the confines of these walls. That's a fucking spoiler. In the manga, we don't have this. We had the canned food stuff, but here's what Isayama does. You have Reiner and Ymir talking about this. Whoa, you can read this language? Whoa. And immediately, oh my god, we're being attacked, oh my god, they captured Eren. Like, immediately you're being thrown with so much plot stuff that you're forgetting this really important fucking thing. Ymir can read this language. Reiner can read this language too. He was lying, clearly. But, like, who's making this fucking shit? Who's making this coffee? Who's making this canned food? And then you have Zeke saying perfect game, saying pitching, doing baseball poses. This guy is doing baseball shit, literally. I'm gonna talk about more about this in the next episode, but it definitely, like, is like a little bit too close to, like, fourth wall breaking stuff. When he's speaking in English, perfect game is a baseball term. That implies that there's a society out there that has baseball. Another thing, monkeys, bro. What is the name of Beast Titan's theme song in the soundtracks? It's Ape Titan, okay? But no one calls him Ape Titan, except Ymir. She calls him, hey, what is that ape? What is that ape doing? Okay? But the people in the walls are calling him Beast. He looks like a beast. The implication here is that they don't know what an ape is. They don't know what a monkey is. You have scenes where she's like, yo, what is that ape? And Eren's like, huh? Ape? What is that? What? He doesn't fucking know, bro. In the Japanese release, and again, I'm not Japanese, I could be wrong, but like, when Ymir says ape or monkey, it's like written correctly. But when Eren says it, it's like in katakana, which is like it's like the phonetic way to pronounce that. Like he's saying what he's hearing, but he's not saying it correctly. He's like, monkey? What is a monkey? What is that? Like, he doesn't know. So, outside the walls, there's monkeys. Armin's book, the illegal book that he had, if you noticed, one of the things in Armin's book is an oil drum. Now, like, Ymir's flashback is definitely, like, the most spoilerific thing ever. I absolutely do not recommend you to watch that episode just yet. Trust me, just follow my lead, okay? Don't go back to that episode just yet. We're going to address it. Don't worry. But yeah, that's a lot of the foreshadowing. So, fellow patriots, what the fuck is going on with the Grisha stuff? You immediately go to that stuff. That is the next chapter. So I'm assuming that we're not going to see that at the beginning of the next episode, because I don't know if we have enough time. Again, the next 5 chapters, there's so much dialogue, so much stuff. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see, right? We'll see. But Grisha has a sister named Faye. There's an E sometimes, there isn't. I don't know. Like, how you say it? I forgot already. I say Faye. I don't know if I'm... Faye, I already forgot. Apparently, it's important that they need the armbands. They can't go outside without those armbands. And they're like, alright, Mom, don't worry. And they shouldn't go outside the walls. And then you see the blimp. The blimp. Bro, what is going on? Last time I saw an anime and there was a plot twist and there was a blimp, you know what happened? World War II. Okay? I'm not gonna say the anime. But it was literally World War II. Is this literally World War II? Maybe. Maybe. But I don't know, man. Like, if you notice, like, the logo of you know, like, whatever, like, it doesn't look doesn't look like something we've seen. But it's not the Star of David. Like, they're not Jewish, right? The Attack on Titan is not, oh my god, Jews are the main characters. Everyone inside the walls are Jews. No. It doesn't seem like we're doing stuff like that. But immediately, that's the implication, right? The visuals are telling you that, like, you see this panel, like, the panel, like, boom, right there. Touching the armband, you see the blend, and it's like, whoa, what's going on? Bro, this looks like World War II. That's visually what Sam was telling you. Boom, this is kinda like that. Like, it's kinda like that. And bro, you know, people that had armbands and they couldn't remove it, and you couldn't do this and you couldn't do that. Hey man, maybe they're being oppressed or something. You have Grisha talking about how, like, there's no way any of us could ever become rich. Why? Just work, man. Or not, because maybe you're being oppressed or something. Remember the fellow patriot stuff? Now, let's talk about the stuff that we've seen so far in the show, okay? Is this kind of a spoiler thing that I'm saying stuff in the past? Remember what Bertold called Armin when he was angry, when he's like, yo man, Annie, we're torturing her. It's like, oh, you fuck. What did he say instead of you fuck? He said something. What did he say? He said, you spawn of the devil. Remember when I said devil was, like, important? This is, like, called back in like a couple of episodes ago. Like, it's because we're spawns of the devil. Like, he talks about this with Bertold in a couple of episodes ago, and he denies it. It's like, yeah, nah, bro. But in that same episode, he had Reiner talking with Emmy about the people inside the walls. It was like, oh, you're feeling compassion for these fuckers? You're feeling compassion for this evil race? Are you feeling compassion for this filthy race? If you and your father, waiting for you to come home, are any different than this filthy race, prove it right now. Spawns of the devil, evil race, filthy race, patriots, race shit. But it's right there. It's right there. This is the direction this series is going. Kind of being spoilerific, but like I mean, like, it's in the show. If you paid attention. Here we go. Now, other things to talk about. There's a part where Grisha, like, bumps into this dude. Now I'm getting a little spoilerific. This guy's name in the credits, it says it's Xavier. Why am I saying this? Because he's kind of a character. So don't forget that. This random background character was, like, badly drawn. Like, the entire episode's, like, badly drawn. Next episode looks good, actually. But, yeah, this one's just... Yeah. But this guy's gonna be a character. And it's funny because, like, we only discovered this guy's name, like, recently. I remember talking about, like, is this character that character? This guy in the background? And I was like, I don't think so, because, like, age stuff? Because he seems old. He seems old. But I don't know. I guess I'm wrong. I guess that could happen. Something that they cut though is how Faye asks, "Hey man, how are these blimps flying?" And she's like, "It's full of hydrogen. That's how it flows. I heard they use batteries to power the propeller," which is interesting. You know, like, this is the kind of knowledge that they have going on. And then you start connecting, like, other scenes. Like, Grisha was a doctor, right? If he has, like, more knowledge, more technology going on, this is what probably helped him. When there was this epidemic, you know, in the Keith Shadis flashback, his superior knowledge helped him out resolving that situation. So something about the blimp is that in the manga, it's different. The design is different. It's smaller, it's fatter. I think it's interesting because if I remember correctly, we see the ones in the anime like later in the story. So it's kind of weird to have those showing up now. I thought the implication was that this is the technology now, and it's been like 20 years or something. Like, it has improved a little bit, you know? So it's kind of weird that maybe it's like 40 years. Maybe it's 40 years actually. But you know what I mean? Like, it's been a couple of years, and it looks like technology for them has, you know, like, stopped improving. If this is the how the blimps are, which is weird. Speaking of blimps, though, in the opening, there's a hidden frame with a goddamn blimp. I can't show it because it's from the next episode, but there is one, and there is another frame of these like gates, walls, things. They call it walls, but like it's more a gate thing. But yeah, like there's a shot of that, But yeah, the blimp goes for there, and she's like, it's gone, because they can't go there. Like, they were warned they couldn't go there. And Grisha, he's like, fuck it, grabs her and runs. And they go past that wall. On that day, they go past that wall, even though they shouldn't. And they're just like, yo, what the fuck, yo, kids, where are you going? What are you doing? And, like he says, it was in that day, when in his youth, where he was forced to learn the truth of this world. Probably how this world is cruel, because that's the cool thing that everyone says. And yeah, man, that's gonna be something, like if these Jewish people are going passing the gate, that the Nazis are like, no, sir, don't go there. Anyway, I think I'm just gonna call it for now. Like I'm kind of busy right now with a lot of stuff, so maybe if you notice this episode doesn't have a whole lot of editing, I'm busy. But that's it. This episode, honestly, was stretched beyond belief. But I understand why, and I understand why you're angry too. As a fan, I was like, yo, this is awesome. Yeah, hell yeah. And, hopefully the next, episodes are gonna be good. The preview looks already like that there's gonna be, like, more high quality, images going on. This is the genre shift of Attack on Titan. Like, Attack on Titan is gonna change, and it's already changing. And, next episode's gonna be, the change, man. Like things will never be the same, and you might like it, you might not like it, but bro, like everything, we're gonna know everything. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna know. I was expecting this episode to be the its, but I understand the decision to extend, and I'm actually glad, because it would take the impact of the photo, And yeah, that's it. Honestly, man, did you like this episode? Like I probably not. A lot of friends were like disappointed. It was kind of ugly though. It was definitely ugly, but it was still pretty good. I understand the decision, and I think it was a nice artistic choice. A lot of callbacks to like small things that don't really matter, but I think I as a fan I like it, and that's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being there. I'm noticing like I'm just not getting a lot of views right now, and it's kind of sad. But hey, man, that's what you do, right? Hopefully my videos can be better in the future and do better. But besides that, like you can like the video, you can subscribe, do that YouTuber stuff. I have to say, I have to promote my stuff, right? No one's gonna do it, so I have to do it. And I don't know, man. The next episode, it's gonna be crazy. See you later.